Hi everyone, I hope everybody is doing well. Today we are going to do this beautiful and colorful bird in watercolor. So if you see, I am make my palette ready. It's actually not just for today painting. It's more than so many years I have this palette, and just refill all this paint. You see that some parts are a little bit less. I have some part it's full, and I try to have warm colors here and then move to the cool colors, which is the bluey tone, and then this grayish color, and then the green one here. So I have a space on my palette to mix my paint, and actually watercolor is water medium base, so doesn't matter if it get dry completely, because it's not same as acrylic. It's get dry, but after when you want to use it, you can just spray with this spray. You can spray on top of them and then again make them wet and use it for your painting, so it gets fresh. So this is the watercolor paint, and actually these are tubes, same as oil and acrylic, but you can go with the package of the peel in watercolor, doesn't matter which one. So we need the paper, and this is a block I'm going to use. It's 300 gram, actually 140 pound, and the size is 9 by 12 inches. So it's cold press. The cold press means that it has a texture on it, so it's not really flat and smooth. If you work with hot press, it's so smooth and flat, and it's 100% cotton. So for this specific painting, I don't need to stick it to the board with my tape, because we have no background on it. So sorry, where is the model? We have no background on that, so we don't need to stick it to the surface. We just can jump into drawing and start painting with that. Okay, and the other things that we need is, okay, so this is the painting that there's no background we need, so just the bird, the branches and the flowers around. So the background is just white of the paper. So before we move on to the paint, I would like to do drawing first. And before that, I just would like to mention about the brushes. You don't need much brush. You can go with one size a little larger, one smaller. So, but I have two, it doesn't really different size. So I just finish all this painting with just one brush. And that's a round brush, which is easier for watercolor painting, and do everything with that. If you have a larger size, if you have a flat one, you can go with that, but it's easier to go, especially with the painting that we are going to do, is just one round brush. So we need pencil and eraser for drawing, and we need after we move to the paint, we need a glass of water. Don't need two, it's enough, just one. And we need a napkin or rag for cleaning our brushes. So just let me start with the drawing. I can start with drawing. It's my paper is 9 by 12 inches, so you can go with the whole page to cover it, or just one small bird on the center of the paper. But this is a long bird, so we can make it a little bit long and start from here and come till here. So use all the paper that we have already. So for that reason that we already can use all the paper. So first of all, I'm not seeing any branches around. I just try to see just the bird without any details. So the bird is a little bit like a circular oval shape of head, the egg shape of body, and then a long tail. So, and it's more moved toward the left side. If you like, you can move it toward the right side, doesn't matter. So I imagine this is the top of the paper, and top of the bird, actually, head. And I try to shape the oval shape like that. It's better to be really light, because if we finish the drawing, if we add the paint on it, it's just a stick to the paper. If you like to see this line, dark line, it's okay, but I really love not to see this hard edge. I try to draw a little bit dark to be visible for you, but try not to be really dark. Prefer to make it really smooth and light. So this is the circle of the head, but I mentioned it's more look like oval. We can move a little bit further from this side to make it more look like oval shape, like that. And then you can erase the line that you don't need it. Okay. The other things is egg shape of body. So I try to sit just an egg shape here, and doesn't need to pay attention to connection between the head and body. It's okay. We will do that later a little bit. This egg shape is more look like sitting like that. I want to move it in angle, so it's better to erase. Okay. Doesn't need to be just with one line of drawing. Drawing can be go back and forth with more line. That's more easier to do. So this is the body. Now I can connect the head to the body with this line. And then for this part as well, I can make it a little bit fat here, and then connect it here. Then I'm going to erase this line, which is inside line between the neck and the body. So I would like to make the chest a little bit curvy more. So I come out, then come inside. Always you can fix your drawing shape, always, and that's okay. Just better to do every things that you want to change, everything you want to fix. It's better to do it before adding the paint on it, especially in watercolor, because we cannot fix it after. I don't say we cannot. Always there is some way to fix, but it's better to do everything before that. So this is the body shape. And even from here I can separate it and shape the wing. And now it's time for tail. Long shape of tail, connect it from here. And then design it like that. Connect like this. Then erase the line, you don't need it anymore. So this is the bird body that we already need. I'm not going through the details of the colors. We will do everything just by paint. And I'm not adding any details here. Just the beak a little bit long. And the face is look toward top and left side. And here is the place of eye, one eye. And the rest is okay. We can leave it, get dry. Sorry, not to get dry. I get used to acrylic paint, always get dry. So we can leave it to adding the paint. Even we can add the branch just with line. Okay, now we are done with drawing. We don't need to add anything more. Just yeah, we can do everything with paint. And just one thing I want to mention about the watercolor is If you see this bird or any part that you see, if we work with oil and acrylic, we started with the darker tone and then add the lighter tone on top. But in watercolor it's different because it's transparent painting, so we need to start with the lighter color first and then move to the darker tone. So for this one, this beautiful bird, the base is yellowy green, for here is yellowy orange, and then we move to the green tone. Green is a little bit light and dark, so we need to make these colors. And I'm bring this palette here. Just let me put the model aside. So let me just add the water, spray and then the water. Now we try to make all of them really wet. Okay, they are ready to use. And we have a glass of water as well here. So we need the yellowy green. I have this yellow here, so any warm yellow would be great. That's a gamboge. The name is gamboge. But any warm yellow you have, like cadmium yellow, warm yellows, or actually permanent yellow, or any yellow you have would be fine, which is the warm yellow. It shows that this is a warm. And we can make two base color, one yellowy orangey. If you don't have red, you can use the orange like that. Always put your brush into the water. The other yellowy green. So we need to use lots of water in our watercolor. If you see, I just use lots of water to bring in my palette with the brush. I have different green. It can be light green, it can be dark green. You can mix with a little bit yellow to reach that light color. So we need these two colors to apply on our bird. A little bit I want to make my bird lighter, so smoothly erase it. Just very light pencil line be visible, not much. Like a ghosty line. So start with the head part, which is orangey tone. And always keep the napkin in your hand to touch the napkin with the brush and reduce the amount of the water that you're not needing that. You can use the tip of brush to draw the line like that. You can lay down and use whole the hair of brush. I'm coming with the yellow more. If we have lots of water in our paint, not a lot, a little bit, I mean wet brush, it's better because you can bring the next color beside it and then they move into each other very gently and blend together very nicely. Touch the napkin. Here should be a little dark as a place of eye, and then adding the black on it. A little bit white color is here. Even you can connect these two together. So this is the head part. And you see, so smooth and soft. Red move to green. and both of them are really light, but I can leave it like that. Clean the brush. Here is still wet. I would like to bring a little reddish color to finish the head part, but this time the red doesn't have much water inside, so I tap the brush to the napkin, reduce the amount of water, and then come on top. Just touch the top of the head and then see what happened. A little bit darker tone come on top, but make sure we need very less water. And you can shape the top of a bird head a little bit, bring that out and shape look like a feathers. So this is the result. So smooth, soft and transparent, because I'm working on top of the wet surface. So touch the napkin, touch the water. Now you see that's a runny paint. This is so runny. I can dilute it, hold the hair of my brush into this paint, and then start for the body. Move down. One side I come down with the colors. The other side as well. At the same time I can use the tip of brush and hold the hair of brush. Now I don't want to just move with this color. I can go with other green, like Viridian green. But before that, I'm coming just with the pure yellow first to add some pure yellow here on this section. Just the yellow here. And then any green you have. I'm coming because of the bird is more look like this green. It's called Viridian green. Viridian green is this one, but if you don't have it, any darker green you have, like sap green, like hooker green, give us a lovely result. But make sure the base is more watery. The second color, which is this darker tone, when it's come on top, has less water inside. I don't say nothing, but it's less water. Then you can move it very gently to shape the other part. You can switch on the other green as well. So I always recommend to go with the good paper, which is so important. And I recommend 100% cotton paper. The brand doesn't matter. It can be Arches, it can be Fabriano, it can be Winsor Newton. Any brand would be good. But 100% cotton, it's good because it can keep the water on top for longer time, and then you can work it more relaxed, and then you can use all the paint, move all these brush stroke very gently. They move into each other very lovely, and they don't dry so fast, and that's important things in watercolor. So I know that it's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. And just in some part which is on top, I'm coming with just a paint without adding any water on it, because I want to make it darker and the base is already wet. So I'm not adding any water on my brush. With the tip, I can go to shape a little bit lining outside to shape the feathers. Just with the tip, very gently, you can do like that to show the bird's feather come out. But some brush stroke, you don't need to do a lot. Oops. Okay. And now I'm coming to separate the wing part here. Here is the wing. I just separate this part from like that. Even the Viridian green is, I want to make a little bit, change the tone, make it darker. I can mix with blue, ultramarine blue, and I can mix with brown, dark brown, to change a little bit the value of this color. And then you can design the feathers. Come here on top. If it's wet, spread a little bit, but you don't need to be worried. You can wait, everything get a little bit more dry, and then add again more details on it. So you see, when I add the brush stroke on top of the wet surface, they spread everywhere and disappear. But we need to wait everything dry, because I need to keep it look like a line, like this part. This part is dry, so I can add one brush stroke with darker tone, and then give me the liney color, the liney style. And this part. So I move slowly and coming down. Now I want to shape the tail. Okay, so just make sure when it's wet you can add anything you want. After it dries, it's better, not much work on it. In watercolor, less is more, so if you work 1 or 2 layers would be okay, not more than that. I prefer to keep it be clean and fresh. Okay, this is again the base of our color, so I'm coming on the bottom for the tail to cover it. Even if you come to the darker tone, it can come inside and make the edge a little bit more blend. So we can play with the colors and keep some part as a white of the paper. Now move to the Viridian green. Come to the bottom part from top. Please not disappear all this light color, just play to add a little darker tone here and shape the tail, and that's enough. With dark brown, make a little oops, it was a gray color, but doesn't matter. With any color, like a brown, like blue, or even a little bit gray color, you can make the green darker, so do that. And I'm coming to shape the tail a little bit more longer, like this. So it's playing with the value of the colors. So this is the body of my bird. I'm happy with it, so I leave it like that. So if I bring the model closer, you can see this is the bird that I'm done with the colors. It's not really challenging. If it shows that the watercolor is hard, it is not actually. Depend on the material we work, especially the paper is important to be 100%, and then you can easily finish in one value, in one layers your painting. I'm not happy with the drawing of this part. I think I need to add a little bit darker tone to make it more flat. And then I'm coming to add the details on the darkness to make and shape this beak and the eye and this darkness of the face, and then just the base of my branches. Then it's ready to add the leaves around. So how we can do those? If you have a smaller brush, which is easier to do, especially the darker tone, I recommend to go with the smaller brush. If you don't have it, doesn't matter, with the same brush. But this time I don't have any black, but I have Payne's gray, and Payne's gray is really dark, same as brown black. So I just touch it and try to reduce the amount of water, make it more clean and less water, more flat. Try to shape the circle of the eye. Make sure the pupil inside be a little bit white. So this is a little bit white inside, but if sometimes happen that it's covered by black, that's fine. After you finish it, then you can back with acrylic paint and just add a dot inside the eye. Now very gently, less water. We don't need any water a lot, because we want to add the details of the eye with the tip of brush. So and then clean it with the yellow. I just want to at the base of the beak. Be careful to be liney, so pointy at the end and then more thicker when it's connect to the face. And then take the black, especially under this part is a little darker, like that, and that's enough. Closer, it's more visible. Now I'm coming to fix some part that I'm not happy with. So with the same dark green, I just try to make it a little flat here. And even I would like to add some colors on the head. I think it's just I leave it like that. It's a really big part with the reddish tone. I am coming on top with the orangey color, orangey reddish. The head is dry completely, so you can bring another color and make it one level darker, like that. Even play with the colors. To make it a little bit easy. So I play to shape some more details on the head, like this, to make it look like a feathers and more interesting. So this is the bird. I think we are okay with that. We can draw the line of the branch, and I prefer to go with the lighter tone, which is like yellow ochre or raw sienna. With the tip of brush, draw the line like that. Even you can lay down the brush to make some part a little bit thicker, and then move past from here, come till this. A little bit get thicker when it's connect to the paper, and then it shows that connect to the tree. And then I'm not leave it to get dry. I want to bring some darker brown at the same time and make some part a little darker, especially under this branch. Under the branch is better to be a little darker. Then we can add some tiny branches from both sides to that. Even with the yellow ochre. Then one branch come down. You can design the branch as the way that you like it. You don't have to follow that. So I'm coming with this. Then okay, so we can add as much as branch we want. Like I think one we have from this way. So the leaves and flowers are here and some part here on the back of the bird, so which is nice. And again with the yellowy brown, start from here, move to there. Just then you can go with the whole. It depends on the size of the brush, but most of the time if you want to have narrow line, it's better to use the tip. Like that. And then if you want to have a little bit darkness of it, it's better to do it when it's wet, like right now when the surface is still wet. It's nice to bring another brush stroke to make it darker. So, and then one here I would like to bring, which is a little darker, like with this color, darker brown. I'm coming inside and divide it into different sections. So I see around the bird is covered by the branches, which is lovely. Now it's time to add the leaves and color. So colorful flowers, and if you see on this painting, the base of each flowers and leaves just connect together, and if I make it larger, it's just blending the colors together, and it's not specifically be visible, just some visible is some part of the leaves. So how we can make something lovely like that? And this happened in watercolor, which is more smooth, more flat and transparent, so you can make it. So clean the brush. Even I can clean this surface. Oh no, I need this one. So just clean the brush. I take again the yellow color here with the orange. The bases can be a little bit watery, so dilute it, hold the hair of brush into the paint so it's enough water. I start from this part on top, so enough water I can add, and then lay down your brush somewhere like that, and then just move it to shape the bunch of yellowy color like that, and shape it the edge with the point of the brush like that. Come here, there, the center is just a lot, and then bring it a little bit down. At the same time, lay down the hair of brush and then use the tip for the edge. And it should be wet here. So at the same time, take the green color, even a little darker green, and just add some darker green, especially here, and let it move into yellowy part and blend together. Even you can use the tip like that. Clean the brush, move on with the red. just a little bit red. I'm coming on top with just a drop of red into the yellow. Move it like this. And we have some technique even with this color, but need a little bit more water. So diluted, hold the hair of brush into this paint, just come on top of the paint, do like that. You see, wow, spread everywhere. Some dot, some circly dot on paper. Add a little bit red color, add enough water into that. Diluted, hold the hair, turn just one time and do like that, spread. Just bring it closer. You see such a lovely movement happen here. Even it can have some drop somewhere else, would be okay, don't worry about it. Or if you are so sensitive for the bird, you can let it dry completely, then put some paper or napkin on top and then add this brush stroke here. Okay, clean the brush, move on with this darker green. I want to shape one by one some leaves here for this branch. Just use the tip of brush, one by one, some leaves. Okay, I think would be beautiful. That's enough, don't need to add more. Maybe a little bit like that. Okay, so now we can add some leaves here. A little bit here. I don't want to make it really busy, I just want to use some brush stroke, one or two, that shows these are the leaves, and just like that, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. Now it's time to move on here. So for this part, same technique that happened on top. I'm coming with more yellowy, add a little more drop of water, diluted, hold the hair of brush here, and then try to lay down, shape it like that. Just everywhere you want to see this beautiful movement, lay down and move your brush stroke with the yellow tone. Like that would be beautiful. And then we don't let it dry, move with the red color. Just because the base is red, add some dot like this. They spread already together and give us a lovely, like a fall flowers or leaves, like that. Just play with the colors like this, and then move on with the green you have already. Add some dot, drop here like this, and it's so watery. If you see, it's really watery. And then you can use the tip of brush to shape the leaves one by one. Like here. And I'm coming a little, add some details of the leaves here. One or two leaves here I can add. I just want to make it a little bit more with the leaves. Even I can add one branch here under this part. Add some tiny leaves I don't leave this here like that. I just add the branches here in between. I can add and then connect it to the branch that we already have. We can add some like this. It's interesting to do something, some movement. A little bit more brown. Some darker tone here around. I add a little bit brown into my paint so it's get darker. A little more, because I love to work with different colors and different values. Like that. Okay. So we don't have to make it busy a lot. We can do the same technique we did here on top. We can do it here on the bottom part as well. Or even we can go with this darker green as well to do, or Viridian green. That's a lovely, like sprayed some paint. That's okay, not much. Maybe a little lighter tone here. Beautiful. So we are done with this beautiful and creativity of the nice bird. Maybe a little bit red we need to have here, just a bit, because after it gets dry, more show that what we need to do. I see a little bit red go to the background, so we need to make it more highlight and be visible. Even here, when it's wet, it's a spread. When it's dry, it's come like a visible, so it's visible. That's nice. So everything in painting is just creativity. You can do the other style you like, anything, add some more details on it, or just leave it more like that. Or you can add the just brush a stroke of the bluey tone to show that the sky, or leave it like a paper. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, feel free to contact me if you have any question, and hope to see you for the next painting. Bye.